Hi, this is Ray Flanagan again with the Potato Heads podcast. This is episode number 11. I'm here with Sheri Goodman Graham, a plant-based dietitian out of Leslie, Arkansas. Sheri and I go back about 6 years. How you doing today, Sheri?
Hi, Ray. I'm doing great. It's beautiful here in Arkansas. I love the fall. But
Yeah.
as you know, at the end of fall, what happens at the end of October, the 31st?
Yeah, well, it's one of my favorite days of the year because I love to get dressed up in costume, whether it's a long wig and a rock and roll guitar, or last year I was a priest. But the danger part is the candy. And even though I only get a few kids at my house, over the years, I would always buy 2 bags of assorted candies and put them in a bowl. Then I'd get 6 kids come to the house, and then you got these 2 bowls sitting in front of you, and I would wind up eating them. So yeah, Halloween candy, I think in the local stores up here, it comes out in the middle of August. They start putting out the Halloween displays, and they'll be putting out Christmas displays as soon as Halloween is over, and
Yeah.
certainly Thanksgiving stuff and all those baked goods and all the pies and stuff. But Halloween is really the one that jumpstarts it all. So really, in the last few years, I've been putting out these little clementine oranges. I decorate them to make them look like little pumpkins. And I think the mothers like them. Sometimes the kids give me a funny look, but you know what? Too bad someone's giving them something healthy and
We've
it's
got
not.
to teach them sometime. I
You
love
got
that
to teach them.
idea.
Oranges, the little clementines are as delicious as could be. So
Uh-huh.
that's what I've
That's so
been doing.
precious. I love that.
So, but yeah, Halloween is the one. And as I say, if that candy's in front of you, if you get if you have a big old bowl, say I buy 2 little bags. If you buy big bags and put them out, and then you got that bowl of candy, you're just starting yourself in this routine. Well, I got to finish those, so you keep eating and eating and eating, and it's all sugar. It's really all sugar, isn't it?
Yeah, and sugar's poison, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's
It
not.
really is, and it rolls right in. And you think the 31st, then you get started on it. And that candy, like you said, not only on your bowls, but if your children comes home or your grandchildren, you have that all around the house. It's continually snacking on sugar, and then that makes you want to bake something for Thanksgiving. And then you just roll into Thanksgiving eating sugar, like you said, the baked goods. And then that rolls into Christmas. And
And
then, like you said, it rolls in.
one of the things that I see in town, you have the Girl Scout cookies. I don't know when they come out, but Girl Scout cookies are dangerous to me. And here they are fundraising for the Girl Scouts. And a lot of times, if I see them, if someone buys me a couple boxes of those doggone Samoyas and puts them in front of me, I'm going to eat them. So I give them now a donation. I'll give them $20 and say, hold on to your cookies. Give them, I don't want them. And then
Yeah.
at church, we have, I think, the Knights of Columbus. They sell these big monster Tootsie Rolls. And I'm like, you know, take the $5, keep the Tootsie Roll. I don't want it because it's just sugary stuff, you know.
And it sounds so sweet and cute in the packaging, but it's really dangerous. We really need
Yeah,
to just mention how sugar really is poisonous. It's
yeah,
so unhealthy, causes so many diseases. It's
yeah,
bad for your teeth. It's bad for everything. It causes inflammation. It's
yeah.
so addictive that you really have to quit cold turkey.
Yeah, yeah. When
I
I was
haven't
a
had
kid,
sugar in years.
yeah, when I was a kid, Sheri, we lived in a pretty tight neighborhood, and we used to go out. We'd wear one mask. We'd use a pillowcase for candy, and we would fill up that pillowcase. We'd come home, we'd change and put a different mask on and go out again. So we had more candy. I mean, the candy would go on and on forever. And you're just starting bad habits with little kids at a very young age.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then you turn into older people like us with the
yeah,
same bad habit.
yeah. And it's
I,
amazing.
I often I often think that it starts on your first year. They think it's so cute to bring a birthday cake and celebrate, Tommy's first birthday. And I'm guilty of it too. I have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
daughter. I did the same thing, but what I now know, I would never try to allow any sugar in the house and get her
yeah,
started on it. Then they eat apples and peppers. You see some of those children who aren't exposed to sugar, they're eating apples and pears and peppers and just like candy. And you can train yourself that way. It's a lot easier, but your future is glim if you don't get off the sugar. If you're still eating sugar when you're over 50, you're going down a really unhealthy path. And so, I mean, it's no joke. It's coming around. We're here to just really either support you or give you some ideas. fruit is so much better for you than the sugar. So having extra grapes, extra bananas, pineapple, all of the fruits, surround yourself like your clementines. Those are so fun to peel and eat, just like the hand to mouth blueberries. We just have to get into the fruit as a replacement.
So Sheri, as we go in, so you got Halloween, then bang, you got Thanksgiving. And then just a few weeks after Thanksgiving, you've got Christmas and New Year's and heavy drinking and all kinds of food and eating. Do you get a lot of people that come to you as a New Year's resolution? Or, I mean, to me, the time to start would be right now, before these holidays.
I agree with you. And you know what? I am so happy to have people who start right now, because then they get my support, which I help you get off the sugar. I hold you accountable so that you're not eating those sugar. We come with alternative menus and things to do and how to handle social events. Now's the perfect time to start, because typically people gain, and it's no joke, 12 pounds over the holidays easily. So if you start now, you'll go through the holidays and you'll be celebrating the new you in 2025. So this is the best time to start, even though it seems like the most challenging. I am blessed to have a lot of people who sign up during this time, and those are my star clientele, because you have to work a little bit harder during those times, but you learn so much right now to have that support and
Yeah.
accountability. If you can get through this Christmas and this Thanksgiving, you'll be able to do it next year on your own.
And Sheri, I've heard often over the years that the busiest times of the year in the emergency room are Thanksgiving and Christmas, because families get together, they drink heavily, they eat heavily, and next thing you know, heart attacks and strokes and all kinds of problems, falls, drunk, alcohol related falls, but overeating, and it's a problem.
I'm so glad that you brought up the alcohol, because there were health journals that used to say a glass of wine for a woman and 2 glasses of red wine for men, but now is being debunked. Alcohol is not good for your body. It's not good for your brain. It's not good for inflammation. It's not good for your liver. And 1 or 2 turns into 1 or 2 every night or every day, or binging on the weekends. Let's face it, alcohol is just not good, not even a drop. I'm really, really okay. A special occasion, even Dr. Eselstein says he doesn't drink any alcohol, but maybe a quarter of a glass of wine at a wedding or some kind of special ceremony. But he's a cardiologist, from Forks Over Knives. He emphasizes no alcohol. And so when you work with me on my program, we don't drink any alcohol, we don't eat any sugar, no processed, no white flour, but we fill all of that, we remove that and fill it up with so much delicious complex carbohydrates, whole grains, beans, fruits, vegetables, all the stuff that we love to eat, right, Ray?
Yeah. Sheri, that I stopped drinking, excuse me, in 2008. And I think when I stopped drinking, I started use sugar as a replacement, because I was drinking 4 or 5 beers almost every day, and your body's craving something. And I probably replaced it with ice cream and candy bars, mostly ice cream. And it wasn't until 2018 when I gave that stuff up, and what a difference that made. So yeah, it's if you can do it all together at the same time, it's a lifestyle. I think so many people go on these diets after the first of the year, New Year's Eve resolutions. I'm going to get fit and I'm going to drop 25 pounds. And it's nearly impossible to do at that time, and to try to do this crash course where, if you get educated and you make a start, you have to understand that this is not a 2-month diet or a 3-month diet. This is it. This is it.
I know, this
My
is a
health.
lifestyle change. And once you give yourself 6 solid months of eating a whole food plant-based diet, you feel amazing. You never want to go back. And most people say, why didn't I start sooner?
Yeah,
And you don't need that sugar,
yeah,
because your palate changes after you give it up. You
yeah,
start tasting what food really tastes like.
yeah. So, all right. Well, that's great stuff, Sheri. I hope that people will
It's
reach out to you before the holidays, because
Me
if there's
too.
ever a time to start this. So if someone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way to get in touch with
I
you?
think the best way is to go to my website and schedule a free 30-minute complimentary call, so we can talk about, my program, what your health concerns are. I give you an opportunity to, if I can solve anything in that 30 minutes, I'm more than happy
Is
to
that
share.
SheriGoodmanGraham.com?
Yeah, Sheri Goodman Graham, Sheri, Goodman, Goodman, and then Graham, Graham.
Yeah.
.com. Yes, please reach out to me if you need any support. I'm there for you. It's my passion to change you over.
And then you're on Facebook, and of course, our Potato Heads. This is podcast number 11. So on YouTube, they can find a Potato Heads podcast where we talked about 11 different subjects right now, including proteins and social eating and things like that. So yeah, check our YouTube channel out because there's another 10 episodes out there. So thanks so much again, Sheri. We'll see you
Thanks,
next
Ray.
week. All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.